Welcome to the Secrets Women Keep podcast. I am your secret keeper and confidant, Lauren White. I'm a qualified counsellor and sexologist, madam of a secret society, author of Permission, and a witty, highly intuitive lounge room dancing introvert. I help you as an exceptional woman in entrepreneurship to see, love, and trust all the parts of yourself, especially the unseen. Let's pull back the curtain, light the candelabra, and remove the mask. These are the secrets women keep. Hi, and welcome to the Secrets Women Keep. You know, I'm your host and confidant, Lauren White, and today I am aching to talk to you about sexual satisfaction, or more delicately put as the secrets to satisfaction in the bedroom. We need to talk about this, and the reason why I'm talking about this today is because it would be a waste to let all of my beautiful knowledge around sex and sexuality not be addressed on this podcast, not be shared with you. There's a whole universe of knowledge inside of me that I shared with my sexology clients for 8 years. And yeah, I think that you need to know these secrets as well. I don't want you to miss out. So first, let's talk about the word satisfaction. I live for this word. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I love the actual word itself. I love the feeling. I love the sensation of it. To me, satisfaction equals a sense of fullness, wholeness. You're satiated. You don't want for any more. And as a person who wants for a lot of things and sensations and feelings and connections, it's a wonderful feeling to come across because it gives me respite from the wanting. It gives me respite from the hunger. And I sense it's a sensation that a lot of women deny themselves. I think we don't get to satisfaction because we don't even let ourselves want in the first place. We default to, I'm fine, it's fine, I don't need that, I don't want that. And then we don't address our real wants, our real desires, our real needs, and then go and spend money and time on stupid shit that doesn't actually mean anything to us. I've really tried to curb that over my life, and I hope that now that those words are out there, you start to get real about your values and where you're spending your time and your money, and if those things are satisfying you or if they're keeping you in a loop of wanting and disconnection from your essence. Something to think about. So satisfaction. This is what so many people want when it comes to sex and in the bedroom. That sense of, that sense of, that filled me up, that had me feeling like I don't want for any more. And the reason why a lot of people are dissatisfied is because they aren't experiencing sex as something enjoyable, something engaging, something pleasurable, something that turns them on. And because they haven't had that positive experience, they're wanting sex less and less and less as time goes on. The way that I put it to my clients was, well, you've got to think, if you get the same old bland meal in front of you day in, day out, or week in, week out, are you going to keep wanting for it? Or are you going to say, yeah, I already know what that tastes like. I don't really need to taste it again. You're not going to keep going back to that meal. You're going to say, can I please have some hot sauce? Can I please have it sweeter? Can I please have it spicier? You're going to ask for it to be different or a completely different dish altogether. It's going to be like, I don't want that same thing again. I want something that feels new, that is going to satisfy me, that is going to fill me up and have me feeling exciting. So I hope that makes sense. You're dissatisfied with sex and then you want for it less and less. And then you feel even more sexually dissatisfied because you're less enticed to have sex, therefore you're having less sex. And it takes on this spiral effect. So, frustration is your key sensation to look out for. It's your red flag that something's not right when it comes to what's happening in the bedroom. It's the gap between where you are and where you want to be. So if you didn't feel frustrated about your sex life, then you wouldn't be dissatisfied. Really feel all of those concepts and how they're showing up in your life. You're dissatisfied because you're frustrated. And because you're frustrated, you might be taking no action, or you're going about it the same way, hoping that this time it gets a different response. Really feel the frustration. It's your red flag that if you're not in dissatisfaction yet, then you're edging towards it. So sometimes a woman is sexually dissatisfied because of what her partner does or doesn't do in the bedroom. It could be that. Let's just put that there for the time being. It could be because she thinks she's not sexual enough. It's never that, I promise. You might think that, but it's never the reason. Sometimes women think that sex is dissatisfying because they aren't going well as a couple. And yes, it could definitely be that. But what really doesn't help dissatisfaction is approaching your sex life the same way again and again, hoping to get a different outcome. It's going to compound that frustration. It's going to bring up the hopelessness and propel you into apathy. So in today's podcast, in today's episode, I really want us to go, okay, been there, done that, felt the dissatisfaction, felt the frustration, have a couple of ideas as to why I'm sexually dissatisfied. Now, what can I do to edge closer back to my satisfaction? Because you would not be listening to this if you didn't want that. So I know that you care about this. I know that you want things to change. Hang on to that. That is your best motivator when it comes to shifting things erotically and sexually, is a desire to change and to edge closer to your satisfaction. So, now that we've addressed that, we are going to talk about what you can do if you are sexually dissatisfied. I'm going to give you some questions to answer. Sexual satisfaction is so personal. I cannot tell you what it is. I cannot tell you what it feels like when you feel satisfaction. Only you will know. And this is what makes it so empowering. It can't be spoon-fed. It's got to be something kinesthetic that you go out and do for yourself, that you go and show yourself and you reveal yourself in new ways. And then you pause for a moment and go, aha, I've touched on it. And you might only touch on it for a minute, or you might not feel full satisfaction, but you're edging away from dissatisfaction and frustration. That all counts. Don't discount the edging away as part of your progress to get to satisfaction. I'm going to leave a bit of a space after I ask you this question. Sexual satisfaction to me is, first of all, what is your definition of sexual satisfaction? Really work that out for yourself. If you keep kind of poking around in the dark, trying to find satisfaction, but not knowing exactly what you're looking for, you're going to get more frustrated. So work out what sexual satisfaction is to you. The second question I want to ask you is, how will I know I am sexually satisfied? What will I feel on the inside? And lastly, what will I look like on the outside? That question is not about what you can go and procure to get sexual satisfaction. It's when you are sexually satisfied, you will look different. What does a sexually satisfied woman look like? How is she expressing herself? How does she show up? How does she glow and radiate? How's her body moving? Think about all those things. Actually, take it further than that and visualize all of those things for yourself. If you're struggling and you need some prompts, your sexual satisfaction inventory might look and sound like this. I know I'm sexually satisfied when I'm acknowledged in sex. My pleasure and enjoyment are an important part of what happens. I know I'm sexually satisfied because if I caught myself in the mirror with my soft body, cheeky grin, and flushed cheeks, I would see an empowered woman. I know I'm sexually satisfied because I'm full, satiated, at peace. I want for nothing. I know I'm satisfied because we were both involved in sex. It wasn't a one-way interaction. I know I am satisfied because at the end, instead of feeling bitter and used, we shared an experience. There was intimacy. All of this is important because you need to know and own what makes you feel good. Pleasure is the foundation of your sex life. If your foundation is rocky, then you won't be well equipped to communicate what it is you want. Only then can you get closer to your satisfaction. Whew. I love laughter is part of my satisfaction, and laughter in sex is a part of my satisfaction. I've always got to have a laugh in there. As much as I like to go deep and use my sound and use my throat and my body and my pelvis and rock it all out, I also love a laugh in sex. So for me, that's one of the ingredients. But for you, it might not be. That's okay. Own that. So, we're going to take the action further. I'm making you work in this episode. We're going to talk about how to work out what you like in sex, all right? Like, you need to know. You need to know all these answers. Like I said before, you're going to be operating from the dark. Just, I hope my partner works it out, or I hope I just stumble across this thing. Great. If that happens, awesome. It leaves you vulnerable though, and not vulnerable in the way that we'd like. It leaves you not knowing what you can do and how you can replicate things. That's a really integral part of sex, is like, what works for me? What can I try again? It's not about copying exactly what you did action for action, but it's about having a sense of self and, oh, I like that. Oh, I don't like that so much at this point in time. And, oh, I'm curious about that. So I'm going to give you a list of things for you to brainstorm, for you to body storm. That's a new word. And to get out on paper. I really suggest that you get this out on paper. What is it that happens within sex that gets you closer to sexual satisfaction? Is it receiving oral sex? Is it doing some breath work together? Is it receiving a whole body massage with oil? Is it taking the time to chat, dance, connect before sex starts? Is it being taken by your partner? That you being in that surrender and you saying, do what you want with me. I'm yours. Is it guiding your partner's hand to show you how you like to receive touch? Is it taking the lead in sex? Is it making love slowly? Is it fucking quickly? Is it using the sexual positions where you are most comfortable, most wild, most expressed? Is it giving oral? Is it incorporating a sex toy or a pleasure object? And I really love the O-Nut. I really love the O-Nut. Cannot recommend that enough. Go to my site and look up my blog about using the O-Nut for people who experience pain and discomfort in sex. And I even have a discount code there that you can use to get an own up for yourself. Is it using role play or outfits? Is it hearing words like, you're incredible, you're hot, you're sexy, you're beautiful, you take my breath away, I can't have enough of you? Is it having the other parts of your body touched, not only your erogenous zones? Is it including scents and drinks and food and music and other sensations? That list is there to help you explore, to play. Not much satisfaction happens when boredom is the main adjective for your sex life. Yeah. Yes. Take the power back. Sit with all of this. Whether you're in a relationship or not, sexual satisfaction is important for all of us. Because even if you're in a relationship, I hope you're still flying solo every now and again and self-pleasuring and letting your fantasies go and remembering who you are, not pouring all of your sexual energy into your partner and into your relationship. We all need that piece that's just for us. There's been a lot of questions today, a lot of questions for you to ponder. You might want to re-listen to this episode and pause at certain points and write things down. In fact, I strongly recommend you do that if you are serious about turning things around and getting closer to your satisfaction. If you've done your human design and you are a manifesting generator or a generator, satisfaction is like the code to your life. It's the code to your pleasure and to everything that means something to you. You can't ignore it. You can't continue to deny yourself the feeling of satisfaction. Personally, I couldn't work out what was wrong with me for such a long time. Why aren't I happy with this? Why aren't I happy with that? It wasn't ever about the thing. Like I might have wanted things or wanted certain relationships, but the piece I was missing or not allowing myself to feel was taking it further to get to the point of satisfaction. So now I'm always asking myself, with sex, with food, with friends, with work, did that satisfy me? It's a really important question. Too many people are just not tapping into that word and that concept and then wondering why the fuck they're bored and they're in apathy and they don't feel alive. Yeah. Yes. When you're sexually empowered, there's far less focus on the anger and the bitterness. When you're in your power, you don't feel like you're falling short anymore. So if, going back to the beginning of the episode, you are thinking, oh, I mustn't be satisfied because I'm not enough or I'm not sexually enough, that's never, ever, ever the reason. The reason is, or the antidote is, you are in a ripe position now to work out what it is that you like, to speak up for yourself, to do some digging, to stop putting this part of your life off, to stop waiting for some golden, glorious moment where you get the permission slip to be sexual and saying yes to yourself. Like that moment when I stopped relying on my husband years and years ago, more than 10 years ago, to work out my sexual satisfaction, I liberated myself. And I know that the same is possible for you. When you do that, the miscommunication lessens, the frustration between the two of you reduces. When you use your voice, when you use your body, when you realize that sex is so much more than just what happens in the bedroom, and that the tendrils of your eroticism have the potential, or could, should, be moving throughout your relationship and your day and your dating in more ways than just what happens on a bed, then you start feeling more sexually satisfied. I can go for a long time without sex, actual clinical definition of sexual intercourse and sex. If and when I am tending to my sexuality in other ways, through the conversations I have, through the cheeky moments between my husband and I, through the double entendres, through the watching of certain art forms and mediums, through moving my body in an erotic way, with or without my clothes on. None of this is just about what happens in the bedroom. It's really about taking a wide angle and seeing what you can do in all the ways, in all the moments of your life to keep an erotic charge or thread going through. No more, don't worry about me in the bedroom. No more, I'm fine. No more, I'll just make sure that you're okay. Don't worry about me. Your sexual satisfaction awaits. Tend to it in and out of the bedroom. There is so much there waiting for you. I'm excited for you. I'm so excited. Re-listen to this one. Take notes. Brainstorm, body storm, move your body. Take deep breaths and start to chip away at finding your sexual and sensual self and the satisfaction in that. And when you feel it, celebrate it. Hold on to it. Yes, I'm in satisfaction. I'm feeling it. Don't overlook it and just go chasing the next sense of satisfaction. Be in it and go, yes, I'm feeling it. Write it down. Acknowledge it. I'm going to be celebrating you too. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to be like sitting there going, another woman just felt satisfied. Yes. And then have a good laugh. Let it out. Have a good laugh. Have a good cry. Express. You're meant to express. Stop holding it all in. I can't wait to hear how you've satisfied yourself and how you're celebrating that satisfaction when it happens. I hope today has been helpful. In fact, I know today has been helpful. I know it. I know it in my bones. If you have enjoyed this episode, please share on Instagram and tag me, Lauren White AU. I'm going to celebrate with you online through social media. And if you want to make sure you never miss a whisper, all the secrets that are coming up in future episodes, then make sure you hit subscribe now.